Good morning. How are you? I'm just going to get this in my group, She Connects, so that I can share it with all the lovely ladies in there. If you're here already whilst I do that, please give me a wave, say hello. It'd be lovely to see who's here. So it's Friday. I'm coming at you today from Wales next to the sea, my little cottage here. And as some of you may know, I have a Facebook group where it's female only, and we have now women coming in all the time from all over the country and all over the world in some cases, which is fantastic. And the group is a huge support system and a safe place for the women. And a lot of things come up during the week within the group, within the support group. And so once a week on a Friday, I come in and do a little video on either a question I've received, because a lot of the questions I receive are along the same lines. So I thought that doing a video might be helpful, doing like a live video on a topic might be helpful. So this week there's been a number of themes come up in the group that the women discuss and support each other on and talk about. And one of the themes this week was around feeling very low and feeling very alone. And hi Sam, thank you for being here. I have, just to say, I have experience, I was a mental health nurse for a very, very long time, and then transitioned into addictions and became an addiction specialist. And then I worked in fitness and health and became a health coach and a personal trainer, and just got a gazillion qualifications. And so really what I'm trying to say is that I have a huge amounts of experience counselling, coaching women, and I've dealt with a lot of issues that the women bring, and they come to me. And I personally have had vast experience of life and death and all that goes with experiencing mental health for myself. So when this post came up in the group, somebody was reaching out, asking for support, but felt very, very low. And so I just wanted to touch on that really. And because when women come to me, I find that the main theme underneath, whether that be that they're binge eating, whether they're making themselves sick, whether they're starving themselves, whether they're comfort eating, and whatever form that means for you, whether they're using exercise, whether they're using alcohol or over-the-counter medications. I've heard of women being kind of addicted to shopping and being addicted to their phone. I kind of, underneath all of that, whenever I kind of delve deep with these women, what I find is that they have, hi Nettie, nice to see you here. Thank you for giving me a wave. What I find is that at the depth of that, whatever they're struggling with, and it might be more than one thing, is that they feel alone and they feel disconnected from themselves in some way, and they're using the food or the alcohol or the drugs or the medications or shopping or scrolling through their phone as a way to make themselves feel better. And that's kind of what I want you to know, is that what we do when we have these habits or addictions, and I've had many myself. So again, you're not alone. I want to reiterate that you're not alone. I've been, and I know that my clients do, and I'm sure that this speaks to you, is that you're always only just trying to make yourself feel better. I wrote about this in my Thursday Thoughts email that goes out once a week to my mailing list. You know, one of the things that we used to say as when I was an addictions counsellor is that your best thinking got you here, and your best thinking is what gets you to the place of trying to make you feel better. And so in the moment, the chocolate bar or the exercise or the scrolling or the shopping or the drinking or whatever it is you choose, it's always about trying to make yourself feel better, because as a human being, we were born to thrive and feel good, and we were born with innate mental health and mental well-being. Good morning, Steph. Lovely to see you here. And so because we were born with it, and it is our right as human beings, we get out of that feeling when we're kind of growing up, and as we get older, we're searching to get back to that place. And that's all we're ever doing. We're searching to get back to a place of calm and peace and away from a busy mind. Because how many of you here have what you would consider to be a busy mind? If you do, like, give me a like or whatever. I'm not sure how these lives work, so it's my dog barking. My Ash has got a busy mind. No, she hasn't. That's a complete lie. She's actually quite calm. That's why I love my dogs. It just reminds me to be in the moment. But where was I? So the feeling, you know, like the thread that I see with feeling lonely or low or depressed, it's about feeling isolated, feeling separate from everybody. And that's just an illusion. You are not separate from anybody. And you just, you know, in my case, I know I was just trying to fill a void that I felt because I felt alone. And so one of the reasons I created the group, and I always had a group anyway when I ran the boot camp business, and I had a group for my personal training and coaching clients, but now the group that I've got is expanding, and people are adding their friends because it's a really safe place to be. But the passion and the drive behind it is to let you know that you're not alone, and you are not alone. And there's lots of support out there if you're feeling low, or you're feeling like you can't cope. Firstly, come into the group because it's a lovely place to be. But secondly, I'm here. I can help you. I would be absolutely 100% happy to have a call with you and just talk things through, because I've been there. You know, I've been at a place of severe depression. I've been in a place where I've thought that there wasn't a way out for me. I've been in a place where I drank alcohol every day and normalized it. I've been in a place where I have eaten food which I didn't need and didn't want, because I was always trying to get back to a place of calmness. And interestingly, over the last year, those of you who know me a long time have known I've been on this kind of immense journey since my father died. I've had people messaging me who've kind of seen my transition and want to know, like, what's happened. You look, you don't look like you're struggling anymore, which I kind of makes me laugh a bit, because what we see online is maybe not necessarily the truth. So that's kind of why I do these lives, so you can see like my real life face, and it's not all like filtered and glorious. But the very fact that people are seeing a different energy in me makes me think that the last year that I've been on this journey and discovering a new way of kind of looking at stress and depression and anxiety and habit that I found something that works, and I want to share that. And I want to help you get to a place where you know that without a shadow of a doubt, it doesn't matter what happens to you, that you're going to be okay, and you will always be okay. Always. And I think our fear is that we won't. And I carried that fear for a long time. You know, I didn't want to cry because I thought if I cried, I wouldn't stop. You know, and we have these fears in our mind, and we create, like, we feel low, right? So that I'm going to use Ash's tennis ball here. This is our low thought. And then we have loads of thinking around that thought. So I feel low. So that means I'm a shit person. That means I'm a shit mother. That means I'm no good at my job. That means, you know, we make it mean loads of things that it doesn't mean. It's just a low thought, and we all have them. We all have them. It doesn't mean anything about you, and it doesn't say anything about you as a person. So I really like, there's a quote by Jim Carrey, or he wrote something or said something where he called depression a place of deep rest. And I really love that. And that really spoke to me, because last year I felt like I was depressed. I was kind of getting up and doing my thing, and I did my yoga teacher training in India, and I had chronic post-traumatic stress disorder, but I felt, you know, I was struggling. I felt like I was on the edge all the time, and on the edge of tears, and someone would ask me how I was, and I'd just overflow with tears. But, you know, that kind of deep rest, I think, is just amazing, because if you're depressed or you're feeling low, just go inwards, just rest your mind, just come to a place of calm. And if you don't feel like that's possible, go for a walk, put some music on, read a lovely book that you like. And you can always talk to me, always talk to me. Yeah. And if you want to come into the group, just let me know, and I'll get you in there. And if you're already in there, thank you for being in there, because we've had a lot of new gorgeous ladies joining us. And I just want to say that you're enough. You are enough. You're enough now. You were enough before. You will always be enough. And I know that because I believe it, and I know you. I can see you, and I just know it. I know it with all my heart, and I want you to know that. So I hope this day is a lovely day for you wherever you are. I hope the lady that posted her post in our group is okay. And I'm always here. If ever anyone needs anything, please reach out to me, and I will hopefully speak to you at some point in the future. If not, see you online. Take care. You're enough. I love you. Have a good day.